Like I was telling Miss Booby, I was just singing body yaddy 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 yaddy, and you know it, Matinga.
Well, I think, isn't it RuPaul?
No, it's Megan Thee Stallion. Body
Oh.
yaddy 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 yaddy. So we're singing two different songs.
Yes, we are.
And Booby, you ain't never even heard of her.
Never heard of her. I thought it was a porn star.
Miss Booby, I thought
A
you were a
transsexual
porn star. With that stash.
Transsexual, why? Because she's a stallion.
You notice my stormtrooper hat?
Yes, I love it.
Yes. And those guns. Stormtroopers got to have guns.
Yes, and you know,
Even
people
though she
be
can't shoot.
commenting on the videos how good Miss Booby looks.
Yeah,
and,
Booby, that you look delicious.
That's
Booby's
so
so gorgeous.
that
It's
Booby's
an illusion.
fine.
Yeah, and I'm
Last
like,
night I couldn't take it anymore, and I commented, and what are we, chopped haggis?
that's right.
Although we are.
And that's what they said. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like,
Chopped
where's the body,
haggis.
yaddy, 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 yaddy.
And they're like, Booby's fine. And I'm like, Booby?
Our Booby? Which
Miss
Booby are
Honey?
you talking about?
Miss Booby?
Talk about Miss Bubella? What?
You mean LL Cool JJ?
LL Cool
Is
JJ?
As like that, like at that time I was tripping at the club and I was like, Miss Boo, David's kind of cute. And you just looked at me and you were like, Marvella?
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Miss Marvella was a very cute boy and is a handsome man now and a successful artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing very
indeed.
well. But honey, she was cunt.
We knew
But
her
honey-
back then.
Bahani.
Yes.
We're
but-
all cunt. That's Bahunny. Bahani.
Bahani.
Oh, a new glingo. Bahani.
Speaking of Bahani, how about Lady Bahani? Because I am rocking my new Lady Bahani shirt.
Oh, get out of here.
That I got
Oh,
from
that
her.
is so cute.
I ordered it from her newly revitalized merch shop, and I will put a link below because we have to support the elder LGBT community.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
Especially
You know
now.
what? I like to support, you know, the vlogs and the queens.
Darling, she's 72.
Trust. But the merch has got to be cute. I'm sorry.
I love this shirt.
Cute. And so her merch is very, very cute.
Like, it's not the main image that they're using to pump the site, but I happen to just like this one. So,
Also, our merch is very, very cute.
it is. And I actually did get more of our merch today, but I opted not to wear it because I wanted to wear this.
You know
Indeed.
what? I couldn't even work up the impetus to wash my chocha. You're
Or
lucky
put your hat on correctly.
You too?
I couldn't wash my chocha. I can't reach
chocha.
it anymore. The choch,
Uh-huh.
the chocha. So I just decided to throw on a shirt that's quite stylish, I must say. It's kind of country western. She's just lying on the floor
living.
over there.
But what country?
Trust. I said cunty western. She's cunty western.
She's Wackistan, that country.
Yes. And she was just lying on the floor. And since I was also lying on the floor over there, I was like, oh, this is cute. Let me put it on.
Yeah.
And then I threw on a hat because I couldn't even brush my hair.
What hair? Again.
Trust.
Hello. I'm the one to talk, bitch. I'm going full on Silver Surfer, and I don't care.
The
You know
only
what?
one that's reversing the damage of time is Miss Booby, looking all fine.
Miss Booby be looking fine.
Trying my darndest.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, you don't have to try that hard.
'Cause
You're
you're
just
a
naturally
go-getter.
handsome.
but
Oh,
you know what?
thank
Yeah,
baby.
like I said, I'm doing Silver Surfer because you know what? This is 35, and I feel
just wanna-
comfortable.
I just want to give a little bit of shine to my dear
35
friend.
hairs, yes.
35
so
hairs.
I see, bitch. Okay. All right, Miss Booby. The gauntlet has been thrown down.
Yes.
Bahani.
But honey, 35 pubic hairs, which
Yeah.
are called pendejos, by the way, in Spanish.
Are they?
Pubic
Is
hairs
that
are
really?
pendejos. Yeah,
See,
pendejos. You can call someone a pendejo as well.
Right,
but
and what you're
but a
calling them is
pubic
pubic hair.
Exactly, but a pubic hair is also pendejo.
Pendejo.
So
Ay,
through 35 pendejos.
35 pendejos.
I just love how my share is like taking up the screen.
As if by
Yeah.
accident.
That's a vintage share from 1976 that my dear friend Seth sent to me for my 50th birthday, and she's the
Honey,
grow share. And
The
she's
only
fierce,
vintage share
honey.
you have is 70s style chlamydia. Don't try it. Listen,
You love share.
you love Cher. But we're not talking about Cher, but we are kind of talking vintage today.
Oh, yes.
Hello. Welcome to Homework. I'm Mike Diamond.
I am Miss Matinga. We're doing homework first.
Yes.
And I'm Booby.
Yes. Oh, did we not establish what we're doing?
No, I was
No.
like, I don't even know what we're doing, what show we're doing.
Yaddy, 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 yaddy. Hottie. Yes.
You know what? Should I serve a little bit more body? A little bit of body. Is it too much body?
You know what? My editing skills only go so far, sweetheart. I don't have Adobe
You
After
look like
Effects.
Tom Cruise
Yes.
Huh.
on
Tom,
crack.
Honey, Tom Cruise cruising the parking lot at fucking at Sears.
You look like Dom Coos. Yeah.
Miss Dom Cool.
Dom
Which is also
DeLuise.
a delicious Thai meal. So today on homework, and honey, you show them titties if you want to, girl.
That's
As
right.
hairy as they want to be. Mama,
It's the holidays.
it's the holidays.
It's the
girl.
holidays.
Yeah. You know, in our holiday episode last week, I did forget to mention Diwali, which some of our friends do celebrate.
Right.
So in case that's you, happy Diwali, which just passed. Yes. Diwali. That's my favorite Pixar film. Diwali.
But isn't there a rapper named Diwali as well?
I don't know. I was just furious
You're
that
right.
some rapper took my name, Special Ed.
Trust.
I was going to be like a learning disabled rapper. Like
And
I
then
would,
the
never,
other one-
I would never rhyme.
And then the other one took
Yeah.
your name,
Yeah.
Horseface Killer.
Horseface Killer. Okay. Speaking of killers, on today's
Oh,
edition
yes.
of Homework, we are going to be doing a movie recap. We are diving into the 1981
Yes.
cult camp classic, The Fan.
Dear Miss Ross, I am your greatest fan. I have all the necessary equipment to make you very, very happy.
Am I safe, Inspector?
Who knows?
He's after me now, isn't he?
The Fan, rated R.
Yes.
Ooh.
The Fan.
I'm
about a girly boy growing up in Taiwan who becomes a fan dancer.
Yes, The Fan.
But strangely, it stars Lauren Bacall, James Garner, the gorgeous Michael Biehn,
Oh yeah.
Gene Stapleton, my Gene
No,
Stapleton.
no.
And talk about Horsey and
Maureen
Horsford.
Stapleton.
Maureen Stapleton, darling.
Oh,
Not
Maureen
Edith
Stapleton.
Not Edith Bunker.
Oh, sorry.
Miss Ross, there's a stalker writing you letters.
Wait a minute. So it's Maureen and the other one is Gene.
Gene Stapleton.
Correct.
and Edith Bunker. This was Maureen Stapleton.
Maureen, but they had to be related because they look so alike.
They're
Oh,
sisters.
gee, I
Are
wanna
they
go to the
sisters?
theater.
Yeah.
Are we sure of this?
Yeah.
They're not sisters. Sisters.
They're
No.
sisters. Are they sisters?
Glory is coming over with little Joey.
No, but you know what though? For this whole movie, I think that it's Gene.
You thought that was Edith Bunker
thought
the
that-
whole movie?
Honey, listen, she was also hanging out with rock stars at Studio 54. There's that famous picture of her
In leather.
and in leather with Alice Cooper at Studio 54.
Are we talking
So,
about Jean or Maureen?
Gene.
Gene.
She was in an S&M outfit.
S&M outfit at Studio 50. So Gene did her crazy stuff too.
And how does that make you think that she was in this movie?
Well, I thought it was her, and the whole time let's not go into it too deeply. But someone does something to her, and I was like, no, don't hurt Edith. No.
I mean, the one project they did together, Maureen Stapleton and Gene Stapleton, was they did have a gospel hit with I'll Take You There, which is still one of my favorites. Now, moving on.
Yes.
There was the Staple Sisters. Shut up, Matinga.
Mhm.
I see your sour fucking face. Now I see the Stormtrooper hat. That's fierce, girl.
Now it's very Stormtrooper. Although I am still partial to your Harry Potter hats.
Oh,
I love
you know
that hat.
what? Harry Potter and the Wizarding World, whatever, bitch. With Miss Transphobic, JK, whatever. Whatever,
whatever.
bitch.
That's so sad.
Lies on her.
Honey, she can't take the magic away from me.
No, she can't. All right, so I'm sensing that you two did not love The Fan, but why don't we give a brief synopsis of this movie?
Okay, so an obsessed fan stalks a Broadway legend.
Boom, you got a movie.
That was the pitch.
She was a Broadway legend or she was a movie legend?
She's a
That'd be-
Broadway legend. It seemed to me.
How is that possible?
Oh, excuse you.
Oh, she couldn't dance. She couldn't sing. She
Oh
could
my God,
barely
that
act.
croaky cigarette voice.
We'll get to it.
And
So-
go.
Oh, but I did not get a chance to see her in this, but you know, she was I think a little bit after this very famous for doing Woman of the Year.
Actually,
Yes.
concurrently.
Oh, was it concurrently?
I saw
So-
a photo online of the theater where she was doing Woman of the Year. The movie theater next door was playing The Fan,
Wow.
which is
Wow.
like, that's kind of amazing.
And while I didn't see her in Woman of the Year, she was incredible. She did it for years, like all over the country and stuff like that. But I did see that production because after she left, Raquel Welch took over. So I did go see it with Raquel Welch, who was, I think, equally as enticing and yet mediocre.
Yeah.
Because I think
Raquel?
that Lauren was enticing, but definitely a mediocre musical.
Well, you know what? I spoke to Mizell yesterday and told him that we were doing this today. And he said the thing about Lauren Bacall is that she always seems comfortable in her own skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
I
does.
agree.
She has a definite presence. And for kids that don't know, Lauren Bacall was a big, huge glamour girl from the
Huge.
40s.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
She did Mary Bogart.
Yeah.
And mind you, her first film, she's playing 25,
To have and have not?
but she's 17.
Right.
She's 17. And she just had this gorgeosity, but also this self-possession and this kind of like very, for the time, like a modern girl aesthetic. She was kind of tough. And actually being married to Bogey, like, tamped her career down a bit.
The Fan was her
Tamped it
biggest
down.
role. She usually got side roles.
Who, the
Wasn't
Fan?
wasn't she in
Lauren Bacall.
Misery?
Yeah,
She had
but
a
as like
small part.
as James Caan's agent. I mean,
Right.
a side part.
Right.
Oh, but I don't think The Fan was her biggest role. There's
Oh
something
yes,
earlier was
girls.
her biggest
This
role.
whole movie's about her.
Yeah, but then she did Broadway, and
I'm
she
saying,
did a
but
lot of
this-
movies
This
in
was her
the
biggest
40s.
part.
I-
She's
I would
usually
not
relegated
agree.
to side. What other big movie did she do?
Oh, like all those movies that she did in the 40s and the 50s with
But she was
Bogey.
never the top billed star. This is really the only time.
I'm gagged.
Yeah, I'm kind of because she's legendary status.
She's legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
legend down. I'm
Yeah.
gagged.
The thing
I'm
about
gagged.
her too is that even when she was 17, her intelligence just beams out at you.
Yes.
That's why she seemed like a modern girl, because Miss Booby's gagging. Anyway, so
She
But
beamed out
but-
at me.
Well, but
Oh.
one other thing I will say, and maybe I'm nitpicking, but first of all, like this film, I was like, is this a campy comedy? Is this a thriller? Is this a horror film? What is this? And then also like her
What is this?
performance. What is
what
this?
is this?
Like, what is this? And then also like her performance, like she is a gifted actress. Yes.
Yes.
And I enjoyed her performance. Yes. But like, I'm just going to ask you guys, like, did her performance, wasn't it kind of, it was kind of performative. You know, like how the old style actors like Betty and Joan, it wasn't supernatural. Like she's not trying to be method.
Well,
it was like a little
here's-
bit more like la 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 la. It was odd. I felt the difference between her and James Garner.
Well-
I'm like, they're not in the same movie.
So, all right. So
Right.
before we get into the plot dive, my take on it is that in Lauren's scenes with Maureen Stapleton or the people in her Broadway show, she comes across a little more engaged with the other actors. There was no chemistry with her and James Garner.
I think we could give it a hell of a try.
Please think of something funny.
Zip,
Yeah.
zero.
None.
So that's why it seems a little forced. Also, the pretense of their storyline is forced.
It's so
you know-
weird.
Yeah. So
And who wouldn't kill to have a stalker as lovely as Michael Biehn?
Oh.
let's get it. So okay. So Michael Biehn. So let's get into it. Michael Biehn is the fan of this film.
And he's
The
young.
titular. He's the titular fan, darling.
He is. And he must be, this must be among the very first
25.
things
Oh,
that he's done.
so cute.
Oh,
So the film opens, and it's based on a novel, by the way. And the film
yes,
opens,
a very trashy novel that was popular at the time.
trashy. And he's at his typewriter writing this letter to Sally Ross, who is this woman, this actress that he worships. And they're a little intense, these letters.
But they start out slow.
Innocuous.
Right.
Yeah. They speed up pretty quickly.
I love you.
will say,
You're a wonderful actress.
I'm your
if you-
biggest fan.
My
I'm your biggest
darling.
fan. My darling, yes.
Right.
You are the greatest star of all. Your friend, Douglas Breen. P.S. Could you send me your most recent photograph as soon as possible?
Meanwhile, Sally Ross, by the way, the most generic name ever for a character.
Sally Ross.
She's not even seeing these letters because Maureen Stapleton is her
Is answering
secretary,
them.
is the one that's answering them. And she's
Right.
not going to pass these along. So
Right.
Lauren is, Sally,
Who
is-
everyone calls Miss Ross, and it makes me giggle.
don't you keep expecting Diana to like pop
It
up
was
from
been
behind a
Diana.
big plant with a gigantic...
It should have been Diana. Diana
Yeah.
would have made this thing work.
Wow, it would have been
Diana
a
would've
very
made it
different
work.
film.
Yeah.
Imagine the musical numbers with Diana, honey.
It would have been fierce, and Diana was still fierce.
Yes. This was the
Yeah.
same year as a Central Park drama. No, this is before
Yes.
that. So she was still in her
Well,
prime.
it's like a year before, yeah.
Before
Yeah.
The Wiz?
After the Wiz, but before the Central Park.
Before Central
rainstorm.
Park.
Right.
Yeah.
So Miss Ross, Miss Sally Ross, is ending her run in one Broadway show, which I think is called I'll Never Say Ciao or something.
And
Or
then
There's Always Tomorrow.
And then the new one is Never Say Never.
Never Say Never is the musical she's going to do.
And it wasn't closing, it was a drama, but she was just leaving to start this musical.
So she goes from I'll Turn You Tomorrow into Never Say Never.
And quick little moment, the first day of rehearsals, he's either the producer or the director, Lieutenant Barclay.
Barkley.
I
yes.
gagged when I saw
From
him.
Star
I was
Trek.
like, I know him.
Young.
Young,
And
a little pissy.
one of the
Yeah.
aides, that at one point later on, the fan hands him a letter to give to
It's from
Lauren
American
Bacall.
Werewolf in London.
American Werewolf in
It's from
London.
American Werewolf in London.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, is he the one
And-
that says at the door to the rehearsal studio, can I help
Yeah.
you?
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
right.
he's the friend that just keeps on deteriorating for the whole American Werewolf in London, like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and then also one of the dancers is the dancer from the movie version of A Chorus Line that walks up and goes, "I am Rachmelev
Right.
Beckenstein,
Right.
but my professional name is Gregory Gardner."
That's
That's
true.
that queen is the one in
Yes.
the back with the frizzy hair.
And it was that same time period. So
yeah.
she's preparing for this musical, Never Say Never.
And
And
they shouldn't.
they
And it
really
looks very, very trashy 80s.
My professional advice is get off your and go.
Totally.
Shades of Chicago. I think it was Marvin Hamlish and some other very famous
Tim Rice.
and Tim Rice did the bad music.
Bad.
Bad
Before-
music.
Before we get there, so she's leaving the theater, and there's this cluster of fans wanting her autograph. She's being fab, and she's got her coat, and she's signing things. And there's this one hyped up chick that steals her pen
Yeah.
and dashes across the street.
Like, because she's gonna get killed or something
For
Dashes,
stealing a pen.
for stealing a pen.
but then gets tripped and falls flat on the pavement because the fan, Michael Biehn, has tripped her and took
Yes.
the pen from her. Because
And he trips her real mean too.
Real
Like, she
mean.
gags. She gags, and he just takes the pen and she wanders off.
which in a way I was like, because he's like, you know what? I'm the real fan, bitch. I'm going to get
Yeah.
this pen. But he's like, basically, he's already stalking her,
Yeah.
Miss Ross. So after the
Yes.
theater, she goes home and she's feeling kind of down and lights the first of about 5,000 cigarettes that are smoked in this movie.
She made me want to smoke again.
Cigarettes. cigarettes. At one point, honey, they're at a fancy restaurant, and she's smoking a cigarette
in the hospital.
Smoke another one of your damn cigarettes. We're going to talk to the doctor.
Yeah, in the hospital. And I was just like, that is so gross.
But back then, you could do that, you know.
You could smoke anywhere.
Anywhere you wanted to.
It was right.
It was the law. You had to smoke.
So it was a different world. But I will say that all the smoking, like, just had me gagged. Like, I was just like,
She
all like,
smoked, but it also added to her gravelly voice, don't you think?
A talking voice.
Her talking voice. There's a lot of smoking and there's a lot of coffee drinking, which I think they were paying homage to her High Point coffee commercials.
Around here, we don't like coffee. We love it.
I picked High Point, and I'll tell you why. It's flavor. Flavor that's full of life. I like that. That wonderful aroma tells you that High Point's no ordinary coffee. And the flavor proves it.
Oh, that aroma's wonderful. Just look at this deep, rich color.
This is good. More than good. It's lively.
Elsa, I'd kill for a cup of coffee.
Oh, I'll get you a cup.
Can I get you anything, Miss Ross? I was just gonna go across the street for some coffee.
Coffee will stunt your growth.
We're dealing with a psychotic.
Would you like some coffee? Thank you. Yes. How do you take it? Black.
Oh, that aroma's wonderful. Just look at this deep, rich color.
Really?
Because every other scene is like, coffee.
How do you take your coffee?
a little bit of coffee, cigarettes. But then also, I do want to say that apparently coffee, cigarettes. I would love a coffee cigarette right now. I really would. But she apparently turns 50 during this film. And I was like, she's only 50? And then she's like, no, I'm 45, but really she's 50. And I want to know, how old was she at this point?
She was actually 56.
Okay.
Really?
Playing 50. And, you know, kudos to her for a lack of vanity. Let's chalk it up to that, because there are some unforgiving camera angles in this film.
Yeah.
And remember, 50 then is not the same as 50 now.
Right. Look at Jennifer Lopez.
Right. Lauren Bacall could have been playing her grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, she leaves the theater after the
Mizell is 56.
I don't know if she wants that out there, but okay. So she goes home and she's having edit. Nah, I'll leave it in. You know what? Because Mizell feels comfortable in her
She
room.
is proud, and thank God bless her.
Yes, pendejo. So Lauren goes home and she's having a cigarette and probably some coffee, and she calls her ex, James Garner, and leaves a long-ass message on his fucking answering machine.
Jake, I've absolutely nothing to say except where the hell are you? I called last week and even the machine didn't answer. This was my last night in the show, did you know? I guess I should get around to the message. How long does this tape run?
Feeling bad for herself, but, you know, still feeling glamorous. La, 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 la.
Clearly, they have just broken up.
They're divorced.
Or divorced. And it's like, of course, you're going to pine for somebody, but like he's got like a young woman and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, girl, like, don't lower you're a fucking legend. Don't lower yourself to James Garner.
You're Sally fucking Ross.
You're Sally fucking Ross, honey.
Ross, bitch.
Yeah. So I was just like that whole thing. I was like, clearly she must love him, but like, girl, like, play
I don't know.
it
That
a
was
little
probably some
differently.
good dick. That was probably some good dick. But let me ask you about James Garner.
James Garner, yes.
He was tasty, and for the kids that might not know, he's from the Rockford Files, right?
From the Rockford Files.
And also, is it the Polaroid commercials?
Yes.
But tons of films too.
And of course, Victor Victoria.
Victor Victoria.
Here's the question: was that a toupee?
Possibly.
Possibly. I don't know.
I couldn't tell. But just a sexy man, and in real life, he was 52, so close enough.
Only 50. Wow, he was 52, and he looks so like. I look at that man.
Did he smoke?
He was smoking.
Was he smoking in the film?
No.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe it's the smoking that also ages you a little bit more, because
It definitely does.
Like that 52 does not look. That's a way
he looked
older.
good.
52.
I mean,
Justin Bieber is 52.
He had a little bit of turkey waddle, but he was still a fine man.
Thank
But
you.
you know, it was a very different time.
So it's clearly she's a woman of means and a successful woman, but
In a
she's
big ass
but
Upper East Side
in
apartment.
a
Or the Upper
beautiful
West Side.
Gorgeous.
upper
The
side,
Posada.
I think the Pasada, the Upper West Side, I think.
Upper West Side apartment.
I love
but
her
she's not,
terrace. My God.
But she's not happy. Is she ever on the terrace? I never see her on the terrace.
Yeah, there's a scene towards the end where her and James are on the terrace.
Isn't that actress from Amen in it?
Yes.
Anna Marie Horsford.
Miss Anna Marie Horsford in a thankless role.
As the most ineffectual cop
Yeah.
who has no lines.
She gone.
And
Yeah.
she's
In
and
the
she's,
apartment.
she's tall, but we'll get to it. We'll get to
Yes.
it. Let's get to where they intersect. So the letters are getting more and more intense from Miss Michael Biehn, who's living in Hell's Kitchen.
I'm gonna be your lover.
I'm gonna be your lover.
I
You need
wanna
to have a
be
talk
your
with your
lover.
secretary. Talk to your secretary because I got that photo and I already have that one and blah
And
blah blah
she's
blah.
being uppity.
She doesn't respect the love that we got.
But part of what's happening is that Maureen Stapleton is starting to see that the letters are escalating and becoming a little bit more
Pornographic.
saucy, pornographic. But like every time she tries to read one to Lauren Bacall, Lauren either dismisses her or is
Whatever.
making a phone call or is not listening. She's not getting the gravity of that these letters keep on coming from this guy and they're getting a little too saucy. So then, you know.
And Maureen Stapleton is like her filter against the world. And I
Right.
also want to say a little abusive to Elsa, the housekeeper, because at one point she throws a fucking coaster.
Of course she's not up yet. What do you think she is, a red-breasted robin or maybe a secretary?
It was like Elsa turned the vacuum off, lady. I'm on the phone.
But she's a
I hit
stranger.
you with a
in
coaster too.
I thought it was
would've too.
inappropriate.
I
thought
would
it
have
was
picked up the
inappropriate.
vacuum across her head.
I thought it was inappropriate. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. And so, you know, but, you know, Miss Lauren Bacall, she's paying it, la, 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 la. And so, you know, finally, it's the Michael Biehn character is starting to understand that the secretary is running interference and his letters are not getting to her.
Mm-hmm.
So he flat out starts to threaten people around her.
Right.
At which point, Maureen Stapleton and Lauren Bacall get into a row because still Lauren Bacall Sally does not understand the gravity of what's going on.
You were supposed to handle it. Firmly, but nicely. That's your job.
Did it ever occur to you that my job isn't exactly heaven?
Neither is mine. Whoever told you that life was supposed to be uninterrupted bliss?
What is this bliss shit? I got a phone growing out of one ear and a big fake smile on my face. 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Hello.
This guy is now, you know, saying he's
Officially
going to do something
stalking.
violent and he wants to fuck
He was
you.
saying, right. He was saying, like, you know, when I make love to you, it's going to be
love
this, that,
to
the
you.
other.
I'm very adequate in what I can give you.
Right. Yeah.
That is such a man thing. And I know I got the equipment to do what
give
I
it
got
to
to
him.
do. Then 3.5 minutes later, they're snoring and you're watching a rerun of Golden Girls. You'd be
Bitch.
like, I'd rather he killed me.
You know, Michael Biehn. But I'll take that bean pole, honey.
But once again, let's
These
just
look
get like. But
tasty.
once again, Michael Biehn before Aliens, before like
Before The
Mandalorian.
Shannon, B movies, just
The Abyss.
handsome, always handsome, but young and beautiful. And is he giving a performance? Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
I think so. I
It's-
think he's totally scary.
Yeah, it's
Scary.
very internal because a lot of his dialogue is narration because
Right.
he's writing letters.
Right.
So it's a very internal performance.
Because any scene he has with somebody else, there isn't really talking, just violence.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and he works at a record store. Where
Right.
Also, Dana Delaney works.
Miss Dana Delaney.
Did you gag?
Yes.
And he's shady to her.
Yeah.
Just because she got them tits don't make her something special.
He's like, I think all her brains are in her tits.
Tits.
But like every other fucking psychopath, like he's violent, like talking to himself in the mirror, but then when he goes to confront his boss, he
He's
totally
chicken
backs
shit.
He
down.
can't. He's like,
Yeah, there isn't blood until there's blood, and then when there was blood, I was like, I'm sorry, I need more blood.
Okay, so let's get to the first bit of
want more
blood.
blood.
Let's get to the first bit of blood. So
yeah.
Michael Biehn follows Edith Bunker into the subway station. But by the way, she momentarily goes to like the little subway bodega to buy something, and there was a rotating
55 cents.
Disgusting 55-cent hot dogs.
I would have gotten it.
Yes, and some cute pastries. I would totally get a Subway dog.
No.
Totally.
Oh my God.
Totally.
I felt disease just looking at it.
I would give you a bite, girl.
Also,
I don't want to bite of your Subway hot dog.
And then also, did you guys notice in Times
You're
Square,
underground, Frank.
There was this giant restaurant called Wally's World of Wieners.
Yes, across the street from where he got the chicken liver sandwich.
Yeah. I was like, I don't remember that place at all.
It's a snapshot of 1980 New York City.
Yeah.
For
It
real,
really is.
though. For real, though.
And
So-
he decides to go off after Maureen because they've started rehearsals, right? And he realizes that his letters are being read by the secretary. So he goes to the rehearsal studio to get a letter
Just as
right
she's left.
into her hands. Right, and she had just left.
Right.
And he hands it to the kid from American Werewolf in London, who hands it straight to Maureen Stapleton. And so he's like, fuck, this bitch ran interference
That
again.
face he gives. He's so pissed off.
And at that point, I was like, he's going to slice her neck open.
gonna
And I
get
was
her.
like, no.
And that was a real dance studio, JoJo's dance studio. That was a
Really?
real
Yeah.
place. Yeah, that was a real place.
Isn't it Steps now? Now it's
It
become
might be Steps. Back then it was JoJo's.
But, well,
And-
after he gets pissed off at the fact that the letter didn't get straight to Sally Ross, he goes across the street to a knife store.
And he buys yet another, like, very fancy, like, little switchblade penknife.
So he's getting weaponized.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he follows her into the subway. It looks like the ACE, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Before-
grimy.
It's
a
grimy.
and dark.
He goes, Miss Goldman, and she turns around and he slices her in the face.
He knocks her to the ground somehow.
Yeah.
And she's like kind of flinging her hand in her face, covered in blood.
Yeah.
By the way, the shot of when there's like following her feet walking down the street, she's carrying her purse real low because it's almost hitting the sidewalk.
Yeah. And
Girl, hold that
big
purse higher.
characters.
Yeah,
She had gone shopping, so she was also carrying other
That's
stuff.
right. That's right.
Maybe it was heavy. Anyway, she gets all sliced up, girl.
And I think he assumes that he's killed her, but thank goodness he doesn't.
I don't think he thought he killed her.
Yeah, because he says, because he
It's
writes a
done
letter,
now.
he's like, it's done now.
It's done
Right,
now.
right.
Now I can talk to you directly.
Yeah.
Right. He slices her in the face, and then we
Right.
see her in the hospital all
But more
bandaged up.
more than once, he's like this way.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's lying in the hospital bed, and Lauren Bacall is gagging and probably smoking and goes to see her.
Yeah.
And now she's
And
starting
James
to, like-
Garner runs to her side.
Right.
Even though he's got his new girl Bridget, but he
Right.
just run back to her
Lady.
side because his new lady, and but he does run to her side.
Because now
And then-
shit is starting to get real.
Now the cops get involved, and the lead detective is journeyman actor.
Is he a
Hector,
journeyman actor?
Journeyman actor Hector Elizondo.
Yeah.
That is Hector Elizondo.
That is
Yes.
Hector Elizondo, who's really a wonderful, wonderful actor
Wasn't he in Hill Street Blues?
in so many
So
things.
many things. You know, he has like a slight gap in his teeth. It was kind of sexy.
And he's
Yeah,
young here,
I-
of course.
He's
found
young
him
and
a-
looking trim, looking cute.
I was slightly aroused.
I was slightly, well, I don't know about aroused, but, you know, I was
He-
watching.
He was
Um,
cute. I kind of almost felt like they could have.
They had better
almost-
chemistry.
Yeah, he had better chemistry with Lauren Bacall.
Right.
than
Totally.
Garner.
Would you like some coffee? Thank you. How you take it? Black.
I thought
Because-
they were going to hook up.
I thought it was going to be a
What?
hookup.
Because
Yeah.
I swear to God, every scene with James Garner, I'm like, he's thinking I could be doing a Polaroid commercial with Mariette Hartley right now. What the fuck?
Miss Mariette Hartley.
Honey.
That's a blast from the past.
Bitch. Yeah, but James Garner looking all good and just looking all stable. Anyway, and he's
Honey,
moved,
like he'd
moved to
fuck you in a
California.
stable.
Fuck me in a stable ahead, bitch. And then slice me
Honey.
up in the face. I don't care. All right, so
And you
Not
Michael
appropriate.
Biehn.
Michael
Biehn.
Bean? I'll take them both, bitch. And you can
What
take
is the
Polaroid.
what is the
I
correct
would've had Michael's
pronunciation
beans.
of his name?
What?
Michael
Michael
Biehn
Biehn.
or Michael
Biehn.
Biehn?
Bean.
You sure?
I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say yeah.
I don't know how sure you are then.
Who, me?
Yeah.
The Rocks give up the box? So you can work my pussy for the next 6 blocks. You must be crazy. You're going too fast. Miss Booby, I don't know what.
Have you ever said that to someone? Shit, you must be crazy. You're going too fast.
Never. So Booby, is it Michael Biehn or Michael Biehn?
I don't know. It doesn't.
All right. So listen.
I think it's Michael Biehn.
Listen, we're 3 hours into the episode, so let's get into it. So Sally is rehearsing for Never Say Never, which she should have said to this musical.
And there are dance numbers.
There are dance numbers.
And
there
musical
are
numbers.
Dancers in like very tight leggings.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Hairy chests and like 100 pounds wet.
And she's like kissing everybody on the lips.
Yeah. Baby.
And so they're doing these songs like No Energy Crisis. My professional advice is like
and something about a lady, an incredible lady.
She's a remarkable woman.
A remarkable woman.
Maybe that's a take on Woman of the Year.
It had that feeling.
And she was not really a remarkable woman.
Well,
I mean, she was, but not singing and dancing.
Right.
Right. Listen, Lauren, yes.
And Val, and then had him to go and then hit him in the and instead of hitting him in the ass, hit him on the and go.
Get off your and go. Get off your and go.
So she's rehearsing in her like leotards and all this madness, and they're giving you like fame. And these people are limber, and the guys are the gayest looking guys I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Feathered
1970s
hair.
gays. Yeah.
Gay bitch.
Yeah.
But that was the picture of what handsome was in the 70s. Thin,
too thin.
Yes, like ribs showing.
Like
no
the part where the one guy puts
ass.
her in a cab and he's wearing skin tight jeans and has
with no
ass at
No,
all.
oh my God. In the blue jeans?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, he's got no ass.
You know who did have ass?
Who? James
Michael
Garner.
Biehn.
Michael Biehn. Michael
Yes.
Biehn had a little bit of everything, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Michael
I'm telling you,
Biehn.
I was looking for a shower sequence or
There
something.
was a shower sequence.
Yeah, but I
they
didn't
didn't
get
show
no.
it.
I didn't get no booty. I didn't get no nothing.
Use your imagination, darling.
Honey.
Your imagination, darling.
We will be lovers very soon, my darling. And believe me, I have all the necessary equipment to make you very, very happy.
Why can't this one be like the one from Flash and like have done a Playboy?
We don't know what his personal life is. I'm sure if you look far enough, you'll find
Playgirl.
or whatever.
A Playgirl.
Yeah. So the fan, Douglas is his name, sees flat-assed guy put her in this cab and follows him to the YMCA.
Oh, to a
Yes.
YMCA.
Right. So the guy that put her in the cab is like her dance partner or dance teacher or something
Dance
like that.
captain, but
Dance
a friend.
captain.
You get to look like a friend.
Like a friend. And he goes to the West Side Y and follows him down to the pool area, which was kind of dingy looking.
and seedy looking.
and
but it didn't look gay. It just looked dingy.
No. First of all, it was co-ed.
Yeah.
And everyone with their 70s bodies.
He was in Playgirl.
Was he?
He was.
Oh, hey.
Ooh.
Okay, now.
Did he show the body?
No.
Body,
Well,
yaddy,
wait a
yaddy,
minute.
yaddy.
I would say a low-level B movie career with some hints of big productions in there for Michael.
I bet, baby.
Michael Biehn, like very low-level B career.
Aliens wasn't a B movie.
No.
And The Abyss.
No,
I would
but
love
like
to
those,
see his
but
Abyss.
you'll notice that the only big movies that big movies that he ever did were James Cameron films.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
him and James are tight.
But now he
made a couple.
But now he's in The Mandalorian.
Right. I did not know it was him for like 5 seconds. I was like, why does he look so familiar?
Mm-hmm.
And
How's he
then
look?
Bob was like, older.
That was the episode with double lightsaber lady.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Like too old? Like not like old like
You
not-
would not recognize him. I was just like, what?
Like I wouldn't do it. Do you think I'd still do it? Or
Yeah, you would.
You would.
Like
Yeah,
If
were
you would
wearing a
do the
Santa,
old man from last week in the Santa Claus suit.
Yeah,
put
bitch.
anybody in a Santa Claus suit and I'll do it.
He was fine.
Anybody.
He still looked good. And by the way, speaking of Ahsoka Tano, I just want to say that when I nut, honey, I soak a bitch. So anyway, so they're down at this YMCA pool. All right, then. Entertainment queens, take over.
Ahsoka is Rosario Dawson, right?
Yes.
So my dear friend Joshua was on Edge of Night with Rosario Dawson for many years.
What?
Oh, wow, that's relevant.
I'm just saying.
Saying. Okay, so they're in the pool at the YMCA, and Flat Ass Queen comes down the stairs, quickly puts down her towel and her glasses, like she's in a rush to get in that water.
To get into
Jumps
the water.
in with her 70s body, everybody with their 70s bodies. And then Michael Biehn comes in boxer shorts, it looks like, right?
Yeah,
like
because
underwear.
he didn't prepare for it.
Right. In boxer
But
still
looking
looked
good,
adorable.
looking all cute in that young flesh, honey.
But like loose gray boxers that like that were not like he was not serving those boxers.
And he was done with me. I'm gonna be loose and gray. So Michael Biehn then gets in the water also, and we have a very creepy scene.
Oh
What happens,
my God. He gets in the water, goes underneath, and as the queen that he's following swims back Olympic style, Michael Biehn whips out a scalpel and slices her middle section down.
From underneath.
From underneath as the queen's swimming above him.
Yeah, so he just
and lots
opens
of blood.
him up.
She opens him up.
Blood starts pooling in the water, and it's nasty.
Did he die?
No, he survived.
He survives. But yet again, I want to talk to the horror aficionados out there.
Not enough blood.
Not enough blood, man. I needed more blood. I needed, like, where are the guts?
Yeah. I don't want guts.
Where's the viscera?
I found it horrifying enough.
I don't want some, like, you know, some carob syrup and red food coloring in the pool. I want to see viscera.
That's all he had. The man had no ass. That was it.
So I just want to say both
all
kills
for
me very unsatisfying kills.
I'm sorry it wasn't violent enough for you. Okay, so that's two. He's got two victims now.
Now, two people very close to her. So now the police rally around her because now it's clear that she is in danger.
Danger, girl.
Am I safe, Inspector?
Who knows?
So they assign her Anna Marie Horsford.
Yeah.
To be the overnight cop.
So, who's totally like, you know, napping and very quiet, no dialogue.
And also wearing flats because that actress is very tall.
Right.
Super tall.
And you know what else she was in that same year? Our favorite film, Times Square.
Love her in Times Square.
Yes.
Also playing a cop.
Yes.
Also playing a cop.
So Anna Marie Horsford is staying overnight with Sally Ross because Maureen Stapleton's in the hospital and James Garner is off with his young Punani girlfriend.
Nice.
Oh, they do have a run-in at a party. They do go to a disco party.
Oh yes.
And it's
Do you remember that one girl?
And apparently lavender was the color to wear because a lot of people wearing lavender and they're doing their disco funk.
Dancing.
And James Garner's there with his new lovely young lady with a real 1980 hairstyle, like a long Dorothy Hamill kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And Sally's there with the about to be sliced flat ass David. And there's a little friction there. But friendly enough.
Friendly enough. Shake her hand. Like Sally goes to shake her hand and she's like,
what was that about? I didn't get that.
Bridget,
shade.
That's what starts the shade. Because if the girl had been nice, Sally would have been classy about it. But the girl does not take her hand.
Right.
So that's why Sally walks away from them when the girl is still talking.
Oh, and she's like, nice to see you. Right.
And she's like,
come on, David, let's go. You have no ass.
Want to see shade?
It was rich white shade.
Honey. No energy crisis. My professional advice is. So, okay, two victims down.
And I want to say there's cops everywhere. There's cops in her apartment. Hector Elizondo is having dinner with her. There's cops in front of her apartment.
Yes.
There's cops at the theater.
Here's where it gets juicy, though, because Anna Marie Horsford, she wasn't taking a nap. What happened was Sally drugged her.
her.
Because she says to Hector on the phone, She must have put something in my tea because I've been asleep for 12 hours. Girl, get up.
Wouldn't that be illegal to drug
a
cop?
police officer?
Yeah.
Very illegal and also stupid.
And then
what did she put in her drink?
She roofied
some
her.
Darvon, some Valium.
She
like a lot.
Like a lot.
For 12 hours?
Knocked her out for 12 hours to drive out to the beach, her beach house. Not a smart move, Sally.
Yeah, so
nobody knows where you're at.
Isolated beach house where there's windows abounding and like you're going to actually be safer there. Although, as it turns out, Douglas does not know where she is.
Right.
But it's a bad move.
Do you know what I hate about that scene too? She's at the beach house smoking and drinking coffee, High Point coffee. And it's a stormy night and like headlights appear. So she thinks it's a good idea to pull the blinds down and turn the lights off. Yeah. Duh! Now he knows what room you're in. Anyway, it was nobody. It was like a neighbor or something.
It was stupid.
It's stupid. So why this is happening? Now, the order of this is going to confuse me a little. Oh, no. Okay. Douglas goes to have a drink.
Douglas being the fan. We've been calling him Michael Biehn.
Right. Douglas Green, Michael Biehn, it rhymes. Goes to have a drink at a gay bar.
Yes.
A gay bar. And
playing terrible music.
And I want to say that I thought this was I thought it was gratuitous and kind of gross.
Okay.
And
so...
I also back then remember like you'd throw a gay person in because gay people were kind of like it was shorthand for deviant, nastiness. You know what I mean?
Good old days, darling.
Yeah, and so I just thought it was gratuitous. I was like, so here, let's kill a fag.
Well, but
So
he's at this gay bar with a troll sitting next to him. By the way, there's a real.
Who's
it Julius? No, it was called the Haymarket. Oh. It was in Midtown. It was a real and apparently very rough place. And actually, so he's at the bar and some guy's cruising him, some cute young guy, and then they leave together. And when they leave together, you see some other trick outside.
Yeah, like
cruising on the street, right? Mm-hmm. And they go up these steps into this building, up onto a rooftop. And this gay guy that he picked up starts giving him a blowjob, starts working the beanpole.
But like the entire time, he's like holding Michael Bihn's like neck like this,
like desperate for don't go anywhere.
I think when have you given head, but then still tried to like hold their neck?
Maybe he was like checking for a pulse, like bitch, get it up.
I was like, girl, like
he was making sure he didn't go anywhere.
Or
you're doing two different things here, girl.
Maybe the dick was so good, he was like,
he was like,
testify, bitch.
Yeah, could be.
Oh. So Miss Michael Biehn, while this is happening, reaches behind him and pulls a knife that he has stashed there. A scalpel, and slices this poor kid's throat. And the guy goes down and starts bleeding.
He kills him.
Yeah, and his hand was doing this really weird thing.
Twitching.
With his, is that what it was? Twitching. And
the
also
guy goes down for the second time.
And also, Michael Biehn has had a can of gasoline stashed up there. Douses the guy with gasoline, lights this poor thing on fire. And
if he wasn't dead enough.
As if he wasn't dead. Well, no, there's a reason he did that. He tacks a note to the wall and says, Sally, this was the only way I could get your attention. So he's trying to pretend that the burned body was him. Right, that he killed himself.
It was a ruse.
Because if you look at it again, the guy that he picked up sort of does resemble him. Same height, same basic type. Like he was very specific.
Excuse me.
It's the Douglas character trying to flush Sally out of hiding.
Right.
And make her feel safe enough so that he can. So it was actually kind of a smart move on his part. Right. But I just also thought okay, so this is the part of the movie where we kill a fag.
Right. No, I know.
And I was just like, it's very of its time. And I was just
I didn't love that aspect of it, of course.
Yeah, I didn't live for it. I didn't live for
it. If they showed his pee-pee, it would have been something else.
Maybe.
Or give me some ass. Let me see. If we're gonna do it, let me see something.
Right.
So make it titillating.
In the world of the fan, there are showbiz theater dancing homosexuals and desperate to suck dick on a rooftop homosexuals, and that's it. And by the way,
also in the real world as well.
Yeah, hello,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So there is one
Matinga,
more.
Show us your stretch.
Oh no, I'm desperate to suck.
No, we don't want to see her hole.
At this.
So there was one more severe act of violence. So it's clearly escalating from a face slash to a pool slash to killing,
To a
burning.
killing of Queen.
And now he breaks into her apartment while she's out with Anna Marie Horse.
No, but wait a second. Also, this part fucked me up because, okay, so she's out with Anna Marie Horsford and they're, you know, at rehearsals, clearly, you know, right. And but clearly, but, you know, and there's cops in front of the apartment and he breaks into her apartment, the Douglas character, and ends up killing her maid.
Elsa,
and
right?
Yeah. And I thought to myself,
the one that she threw, that Jean Stapleton threw the
who looked very familiar to me, that actress, by the way, looked very familiar to me. I've seen her in things. But what killed me was, okay, Douglas, if it was this easy to break into her apartment, even while there were cops outside and there's protection on her and blah, blah, blah.
Is there still protection because he killed himself?
Yes, because Anna Marie Horsford is with her.
With her, right?
You know,
I don't think that they actually thought it was him.
I think they think it's him, but they're still being careful.
Right.
They say so. But if it's that easy to break into her apartment, why didn't you do it way sooner? Why didn't you do it way earlier?
It wouldn't have been a movie,
right? But it's just like it just makes no sense. And he ends up. And by the way, the entire time I'm like, he's in the apartment. He's in the apartment. He's got to be, and he ends up killing.
Even though you know he's in the apartment, when he jumps out and grabs her, when I saw it, I gagged, I jumped, and like I didn't think he killed her until I guess when she did the whole.
It was ugly. It
Not
was
enough
ugly
blood.
Scene.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't cut her across the throat. He actually slices her, kind of like under the collarbone, but she bleeds out. I mean, she's, you know, and then he's like sitting there like with her dying body just looking nuts. Yeah. This guy's he's fucking crazy.
But where's the guts? Where's the viscera? Where's the
titty?
meat?
Where's the silicone?
Just like a little bit of carob
It's
syrup.
not a horror film. It's not.
I'm like, I need
what is
psychological study. It's a psychological study, darling, an obsession, darling, and music.
So now,
despite all these murders,
despite all these murders, it is opening night.
Oh, hold up! Before we get to opening night, before he leaves her apartment, doesn't he break some of her pictures? And
smashes everything. He fucks up her whole place.
Yeah, everything.
Right. So there's like actual pictures of Lauren Bacall as a younger woman. Right. So despite all these murders, the show must go on.
Yes. Right. Yes. But I think. I do think that this happens before she runs off to the summer place, because I think that by the time she gets back to the city and starts rehearsals again, all of that happens before that, because at that point the cops think he's dead after they find the burned body. So then she comes back. Go on. Yeah, the show must go on. Now it's opening night.
Opening night of Never Say Never.
Never Say Never, which looks like a neon encrusted piece of shit. Is what it looks like.
We only really see 3 numbers from the show.
3 numbers.
Okay.
I wish I would pay to go see.
Paying no mind.
$15.
55 cents, you get a hot dog with it.
Yeah.
Or for $2.85, you get a cheeseburger platter.
Exactly. That's true. So the first bit of this. And at the show is, of course, James Garner and Hector and Miss Horsford and
Maureen
out of the hospital,
and
the fan who comes in like 5 minutes before the end,
looking handsome,
looking so handsome in his tux with the little red carnation rose, whatever that was.
Honey, kill me, baby. Fuck me first.
Right.
Fuck me first.
Fuck me first, then do what you want. So we see 3 numbers from the show. The first, we see the no energy crisis. My professional advice is.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I want to be in a show like Lauren Bacall where you don't have to sing or dance. Everyone else does the work for you.
And you just kind of walk around.
You get lifted.
You get lifted, or maybe you're like on a bed with like half naked guys writhing around. And
Hot
you,
love.
You do a lot
Hot
of this.
love, baby.
Oh, so there's 4 numbers. Hot love, baby. Ooh,
Oh, hot love look tired.
These numbers.
Hot love.
These numbers.
Honey.
There was nothing hot about that love, honey.
Let's get to it. Hot love, baby, tonight.
A remarkable woman.
Inaccessible? Not a bit. Just incredible pace. Don't go back to my place unless you're incredibly fit.
Although I will say that Lauren Bacall's hair looks fabulous throughout the film. There's also an interstitial number. It's some guy, and he's talking about she didn't get love in Paris.
Yes.
What is that number? She's not in that number.
No, but
What is this play about?
She's got no love in Paris. She's got no love.
What does this play about? Like, no idea what the play is about.
Oh, honey, but they run backstage like they have just nailed it, girl.
Yeah.
After that, she didn't get laid in Paris number. And then we get the centerpiece song, Hearts, Not Diamonds.
Not diamonds.
Yes. That she croaks out after having smoked 3 packs and had 2 jugs of coffee.
They're set up, no let up, wanted hearts, not diamonds. I've had enough champagne.
Hearts, not diamonds.
Not diamonds.
What, there was no such thing as a vocoder back then? Like, she's not even like on pitch.
He's a little pitchy.
It's pitchy, dog.
High point
It's
coffee,
pitchy.
low point music.
Yeah.
It is a train wreck of a musical, darling. But the audience loves it.
Lives
Honey,
for it.
she has slayed Broadway, darling.
Give your heart to me.
Oh, I also want to say that at this point, her and like James Garner have now reconciled, and he has sent, Bridget back home to California,
Right.
And they're giving it a go,
Right.
once again.
Because
Which
she's
I found
you
like,
know,
really?
Yeah, no chemistry.
Yeah, no chemistry.
But he's so cute. So anyway, the show is a smashing success because of the music of Marvin Hamlish and the lyrics of Tim Rice. Hearts, not diamonds.
Honey, it's more honey, it sounds like the lyrics were Condoleezza Rice.
She would have done a better job, darling.
I'm telling you.
So the show's over and everybody skadoodles off to the after party at Sardi's.
Including
and again,
Hector Elizondo.
And again,
and James Garner. Like, they leave her alone in the
and
theater.
Anna Marie Horsford.
Yeah, everybody's out.
They leave her alone with Helga, the wardrobe lady, and Pops, who runs the theater.
She's like, give me 28 minutes or give me 18 minutes. I'll be there soon.
Right. So it's just Sally and Helga and Pops. In short order, Pops is murdered by Michael Biehn. Helga is murdered by Michael Biehn. Now the death count is rising. And then, honey, Lauren Bacall moves like a drape aside, and there he is. And they are finally...
In all his splendor.
All of his splendor.
But he's looking crazy and sweaty.
But they are finally
Crazy,
face to
sweaty.
face.
Yeah. And now what I needed from Sally was horror.
Absolute horror.
And dismay and but what ensues is a slow speed walk run through the theater where Lauren Bacall slaps the killer.
Yeah.
Reads the
doesn't
killer.
She slap him with a bullwhip?
No, he gets hugged.
A riding crop.
She backshands her, and she does like a little trot in her chancletas across the stage. Like, honey, I needed screaming and running. Honey,
she's
killer. He has killed 5 people.
Crawling on the floor while he attacks her with a riding crop.
Eats her with the riding crop.
Yeah, she's a legend.
When he finally decides to get serious, he does give her a couple whacks with the riding crop. But honey, I needed more.
I never wanted to hurt you, Sally. You never answered me.
This is good. More than good. It's lively.
Can I
I needed more.
Can I backtrack for 2 seconds? I want to say that in those letters that he was writing to her, at one point he does say about Maureen Stapleton, I think she has lesbian tendencies.
Yes.
Okay. Also, this is an interesting little factoid. After he kills Elsa and trashes the apartment, he leaves a note. He says, like, dearest bitch, see how easy it was for me to get to you? I've exhausted myself thinking of ways to kill you. That is not the original line. In the original release, it was, dearest bitch, how would you like to get fucked by a meat cleaver? And they changed it for the...
Wait a minute. He did say that.
No, he didn't.
He did say something like that.
No.
I swear to God he did.
He says, dearest bitch, I've exhausted myself thinking of ways to kill you. But the original line was, how would you like to get fucked by a meat cleaver?
Miss Thing, he said that.
I don't know, girl.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know, girl.
I don't remember the line.
Because
either.
I remember it clearly, him saying that.
Hmm.
I totally remember him saying, how would you like to be fucked by a meat cleaver?
How would you like to be fucked by Beaver Cleaver? Dearest bitch. Anyway.
How would you like to get fucked by June Cleaver? No, thank you.
No, I'm good, thanks.
No.
Father knows best, darling. Oh, that was
so. But is that in the letter, or does he say
that's
it
in the
out
letter?
loud?
That's in the letter. It's in the letter. It's in the letter.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're having this confrontation in the theater, the quickly emptied out theater. He's beating her with a riding crop. She's tossing that hair around. He's grabbing her, talking about how he wants to make love to her, and he's got the equipment and this, that.
He loves her.
And then she's like, coffee? No. Then she says, you're pathetic. And that kind of seems to break him a little bit.
Yeah.
You're pathetic.
And she reaches down while they're embracing and grabs
the knife that he's carrying.
Well, no, he's
got the knife like this.
He's got the knife, and he's threatening her with the knife.
Right.
But he's also like at one point he says he hugs her, and he clearly wants to make love to her, and he says, "Love me, please." Something like "I need you, please love me." And she kind of so now he's holding it, but now they're close. So she just puts up her hand and goes like that, and she stabs him.
Right.
Yeah.
But her last words were, "My professional advice is." No, but I will give credence to your horror protestations by saying we don't actually see her stab him, which was a little bit of a letdown. You know what happened, but you don't really see it.
Right.
You just see his eyes kind of like bug out.
And it's just also it's a guy that's 25 is going to have way more fight in him.
Right.
Than this
and
than
a
this dude apparently had.
56-year-old can give you.
No, I don't know. You know how much coffee she's been drinking?
That's true.
A lot of coffee.
Bitch.
I'll give you that.
She's got the shakes, honey. So as the film ends, poor Michael Biehn, poor sexy psychopath Michael Biehn is dead in a theater chair.
She has somehow
looking still lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did he get in that chair?
Yeah, how did he get in the chair?
She placed him there.
Because she's got to have an audience. You know actresses.
Right.
And then she places him in the chair, walks back to the stage, and has a moment of drama. Where she's
And
like,
then bows.
putting herself together.
Hearts,
and I'm like,
not diamonds.
yeah, and it's like, but then in a way, like he's still the fan.
Right.
Like he's a dead fan.
Right.
Because he's in the chair being the fan.
I say if you come across the fan, watch it. It's a hoot. It's a bit of a slog, but I think it's worth it.
I say go buy like a $25 fan at Walmart.
And a 55-cent hot dog at Subway.
It'll serve you much more.
I thought it was cute. I was nostalgic of the 80s in New York, like Miss Diamond says. And Michael Biehn is the bomb.
Bomb.
That's all I got to say.
You want to be bomb.
Oh, yes. I want to be Biehn.
I want Michael to bind me.
You want to be Biehn's bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also Lauren Bacall. Okay.
The legend that is Lauren Bacall.
The legendary Lauren Bacall.
Is she still alive?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And the fucked up thing about that is she was cremated and they buried her in a can of High Point coffee.
Oh, that aroma's wonderful.
Thank you for watching Homework. This is Booby.
As Lauren Bacall. This is
As
Miss
Lauren
Matinga.
Bacall.
I'm having a crisis. Should Diamond's professional advice is
Advice is-
learn it.
Queen.